is the Artsy Sister talk show, which most of the time is just live stuff. So today I wanted to talk about the Hollow Knight. I mean, I done hundreds of fanarts, but I haven't really sat down to discuss the Hollow Knight. So like it seems like such an obvious question, like what is a Hollow Knight? I mean, like the Pelkin practically spells it out for you all. The Hollow Knight is supposed to be a being born in the void, but son of God and worm that doesn't have a mind to break, a mouth to scream out, a voice to scream out in pain, and it can fill out, and it's a vessel in order to put to absorb all of the radiance. So obviously the one that the final boss, that they call the Hollow Knight, is not doesn't technically qualify as a Hollow Knight, but not even all of the other ones as well, because there's the concept of what the Pelkin was hoping to create, but then what ended up coming out. So like ideally the Hollow Knight, but yeah, like the first one, obviously he had a voice to scream out in pain, because most of the attacks is just screaming because the infection is driving him crazy because it finally broke his mind. So he has a mind to break, and if you're and throughout the battle, if you somehow manage to use the Dwindle on him a bit before going into fight Radiant, you see that he recognizes you as his sibling. So the fact that they were able to create memories with each other and to form bonds between siblings, even though they were competing to see who was going to be the pure vessel. In the fact that he had them all fighting together, that was already like the Pelkin already screwed up right off the bat, because creatures develop a mind by interacting with each other. So also even the one that ends up finally defeating Radiant, he does it because while also having a mind, and he learns soul tricks, so he also has a voice to scream out in pain. So the basic concept of a Hollow Knight that the Pelkin was trying to create was a creature that was impossible to exist. So yeah, which brings me now to Sote. Like I think Sote is one of is a failed batch of possible Hollow Knights, and there's kind of like a hidden detail in his huge ramblings. Well, first of all, he doesn't remember the Chibi, the tiny ghost, because that's what Hornet calls the Chibi Knight. I call him the Chibi Knight because it sounds less mean than ghost and pretending that he's like dead. Well, cool. Well, whether he's alive or dead or alive, it's a whole different issue that's not important. So yeah. Like I think Sote was of a previous batch, but that entire batch was an entire failed crop, because they were very opinionated. They had a lot of opinions and they talked a lot. And Sote was also physically born weak. Well, not too weak, but not as strong as the Pelkin was. So that's why he has only a training sword instead of a regular nail, which is something that all of the other Hollow Knights have. And he does have some basic platforming training from the Chainsaw King, because considering all of the places that you run into Sote, because you find him in Deepness, you find him in the Colosseum of Fools, just saying that. And also in dirt, he by himself he manages to make his way back to Dirtmouth. So obviously he platformed his way all throughout the City of Tears. So he's skilled enough, at least, even if his sword isn't strong enough to kill, he's at least proficient enough at platforming to make his way around Hollowness. So well, the whole debate whether Salt is strong or weak is just look at where you find him. So yeah, so then that brings us so then that just brings us to Ghost, who's the one that ended up defeating Radiance. So then that technically makes him the Hollow Knight, quote unquote. But he does Ghost have a mind? I say yes. Why does he have a mind? Because having a mind, he fills up the map and he writes the name of the area. Therefore, he's literate. And if you're literate and if you know how to read and write and make a map and like manure and stuff, then and he has the desire to go find his brother who's screaming in agony because he has a strong bond with like the person that he used to train with and spar with. So yeah, he does have a mind, therefore, and all the way up until the end, and he also dreams because in the flashback, when you find the egg surrounded by a bunch of dead little vessels, there's like the black egg, and then you enter the dreams of the Chibi Knight. Therefore, he has a mind because he dreams. So yeah, he does have a mind. Does he have a voice to scream out in pain? And well, most of the time the only option that you have is listen, but he can also like write stuff, like, and he does learn sorcery, but is that a voice? It's not. Well, he's a silent protagonist. But just not having a voice to not scream in pain doesn't mean that's just the whole not having a voice to scream out in pain. That's just to make the Pale King feel better, because he's saying if he's not screaming in pain, then therefore he's not in pain. That's like saying that the crab without legs is death, because you tell the crab to walk and then the crab doesn't walk because you cut it off his legs. That's a stupid Cuban joke. Okay, so I guess like the other people are saying like there's also Hollow Knight Silk Song coming right around, and technically all of the little Hollow Knights, what they all have in common is that they are descendants of the worms. So basically all you need to be a Hollow Knight is to like have the Pale King as your father. And then, so yeah, that's what it all boils down to. Like everything else that was just a monarch that wanted to rule forever, placing instead of doing what normal kings do and pass the baton, he was just placing impossible expectations of his descendants, because it was just more comfortable for him to rule forever. So then he'd be like, it's no sacrifice no cost too great. No chains are too many. So then he was just sacrificing his descendants instead of doing what all of like nature and stuff, and what even the Nightmare Green was doing, was just passing the baton to his descendants and making certain that they had the best start in life. But no, the Pale King, with his little Hollow Knight concept, he was going against nature, and then in order to deal with the infection that was running rampant, because like it's not very clear in the background how he ended up getting into a stupid fight with Radiance, but yeah. But then and with the moth people, because even the last of the moth people, apparently they also succumbed to the infection. Probably was when, like a war in board, like just like a basic. But I'm getting off track, how the Pale King ended up getting in a fight with Radiant. He probably just killed her, and then he persisted as a ghost. Maybe Radiance is a real ghost, but But yeah, but like colony collapse syndrome. Maybe that's what Radiance is supposed to represent. That one day, your ants, your beehives, they get like a weird signal, and then they just start dropping dead. So then instead of and the only ones that survived were like the collector, who like built a Noah's Ark, and then he started a Noah's Ark and with a bunch of like different bugs and stuff. And Emilicia, that was exiled, so then she didn't get, just the ones that hid away, like obviously the worms, so, getting away from the infection, which is just doing it medieval style, like there's a plague there, just move away from it. Don't let, whatever. But we're gonna start that. So then that's just basically the Hollow Knight in a nutshell. Like, I'm not certain how Hornet is gonna work. Maybe she's gonna gain Void Essence and then she's gonna be able to like respawn like the Chibi Knight, or maybe one of the NPCs is gonna like pick up her corpse whenever she drops dead and revive her with Necromancy. Who knows? Because since Hollow Knight Silk Sun hasn't come out, I don't know how the Hollow Knight concept is gonna work for her in specific. But alright, so we're done for now. Bye bye and God bless.